Hey guys, it's Darren Stevenson back with another video. You might have noticed that I haven't put up a video in like a week or so. That's just because I've started a new job and I've just been having to find myself really stressing about whether I was actually even going to go to Dusseldorf or not. I wasn't actually sure if I was going to go, which is something I had to work out throughout the week. I ended up, obviously I did go and the event was insane, but I'm going to try and freestyle this a little bit since I don't really have time to structure it so much. So I'm going to just go with the flow, talk about how YCS Dusseldorf went, because honestly I really just want to go to bed and get up for my job and not be tired, because today I was shattered. So let's get down to it. So YCS Dusseldorf, boy, wasn't that mental. That was such a mental event. So I landed at like Friday at 10 p.m. and I just don't think about it. I just for some reason ended with a striker as well, which I'll get into a little bit more in a second. So we get there and I'm thinking, right, I can just rock up at 9ish and it'll be fine. I wake up at 8 o'clock, plan on leaving at 8:30. I was like a 10-minute drive away or something. And then when we're about to leave, I'm just about to get out my shower and I get a message off my pals saying they've capped registration, 500 players left. And I'm like, what? That's absolutely insane. I just couldn't believe that they thought it was like, I just couldn't believe that they thought it was okay to cap an event. What? So apparently they signed a contract saying that they can only have a capacity of 2,300 people, and it was crazy. Like the venue wouldn't let them have any more, and there was like a big queue of 1,000 people. So I managed to get in. Every 5 minutes I was in the taxi, I was terrified because they kept on going down by 100 every time. My pals were like 400 left, 300 left, 200 left. I was like, oh, and I just managed to get in. Thank God. But like then they cut off the queue, and a couple of my CCG teammates didn't get in, like Joward, Lorenzo. Like Joward, Luke, Tom Vegas, and Lucas just didn't make it, and a number of other like really good players just didn't make it as well, and that was just really frustrating because you've got like a good group of like 500 plus players in this queue going all the way out of the venue hall, just wanting to enter this YCS, and it's just crazy. So what they end up doing is saying that they can enter a mega regional free of charge, and it's just like, they've paid all that money for a YCS. Why on earth would anybody care about entering a regional? So people are just entering, you know, because it's free. They might as well. They're there. There's nothing else to do. So the disappointment, you can feel the disappointment in the air. But then they announce a YCS 2 in a convention hall at like Hilton Hotel or something just down the road, which I thought was absolutely insane. How they just thought, fuck it, let's just host another YCS just down the road, which I thought was like an excellent call from the Konami members of staff, because at the end of the day, these people did travel for a YCS, and even if it was a YCS that isn't as big as the Dusseldorf one, at the end of the day, it's still a YCS, and there was still a lot of like competitive good players amongst YCS Dusseldorf 2 that didn't quite make it for the first YCS. So it was a really good call. If they didn't do that, I think they would have faced a lot of negative repercussions and a lot of backlash. But it was really unprecedented having two YCSs in the same city. I didn't have a chance to see what YCS Dusseldorf 2 was like because I was at YCS Dusseldorf 1, but apparently it was quite cramped. It had about 500 people in, and it was a top 16 with 9 rounds. So just like any typical like small YCS. I thought it was going to get about 1,000 by the looks of the queue, but no. But yeah, so the event started. Like I said, I ended up playing Sky Striker for whatever reason. I don't know why. I think I just got terrified. I was so set on just playing Thunder Dragons because I hadn't had any chance to test because of my new job. But I've played Thunder Dragons to death, like with the regionals I've been going to and stuff. And I've just been playing Thunder Dragons. And I was super confident with Thunder Dragons, like super confident. But I ended up changing last minute because I've been group chats and I've been reading what people are saying. People are super scared of Salamangreats playing Sanctum because Thunder Dragons can just auto-lose to that. People are just super scared of draw because you can auto-lose to draw as well. But I just wasn't scared until like the Thursday when I started to think, oh no, I should probably change decks. And I ended up just switching to Striker on like the Friday because I was testing on the night and I was just battering Thunder Dragons when I tried Salamangreat. And I was battering Salamangreat when I was playing Striker. So I thought, well, if everyone's going to play Salamangreat, then I'll just play Striker. But that was wrong because the deck's terrible. Like I've said in every video I've ever made about Sky Striker, that the deck's just fucking bad. Ugh, but whatever. I'll go into more detail about my deck in a video tomorrow with what sort of deck I tried and why I think like I didn't do very well. Like I am a bit hard on Sky Striker because like if I had probably built the deck differently and had more time to practice Sky Striker, I probably would have performed really well at the event. But the way I built it just wasn't suitable for the format. But I'll go into the video tomorrow about my Sky Striker list and how I performed at the event. But I want to talk about other players that performed really well at the event, i.e. the two CCG players that topped, Raphael Nevin and Lorenzo Roma, who both got top 16 with the Salamangreat deck that played 6 Sanctums, which I thought was the correct thing to do for the event. That's what, personally, I would have done. I would have played a 6 Sanctum build, and I would have played Salamangreat, but I hadn't played it enough. Again, I emphasized that I've got a new job, I just haven't had time to play. But the Salamangreat deck was like really, really good. And I understand that it is a really good deck with like good, decent coverage and stuff. But I was just also scared of Sanctum again because I was just like, oh, there's no edge in the mirror if everyone's playing Salamangreat. But I think I just overestimated the field and give like the player base too much credit because the typical player at that event just wasn't playing Sanctum and Salamangreat, and not everyone was playing Salamangreat. They were just playing really bad decks that you would have just like ruffle stomped on if you were playing like a good deck like Thunder Dragons. That's why I really regret not playing Thunder Dragons, because I would have just shit on all the players that I just struggled against when I played Sky Striker. But anyways, yeah, super happy for Roma because he just keeps on bubbling events and he's been rather frustrated. So to be able to break the deadlock is like I'm super happy for him, and I hope that he continues this amazing form. And then Raphael Nevin, probably like for sure European Player of the Year this season. Absolutely incredible. Off the back of winning a YCS Tops, the biggest European event we've had to date. And with a really good showing in Swiss, finishing second. Probably beat the person who finished first in Swiss. Just unfortunately didn't have better tiebreakers. And also finishing top 16 meant that he got a good 88 points, which is really, really good for him. He would have shot up high in the World's Race, but not many people that were... I think a couple of people that were in top 8 topped as well, but I think other than Tom Rose, who I'll get to in a second, and Jonas did better than him that were in the World's Race. But I'm not massively sure because I had to leave after top 16. Like I say, I had to get back for work and stuff, so it was a bit frustrating that I missed out on the final live. But as I landed, it was the finals, and suddenly it was Tom Rose versus Jonas, and I was just like messaging them both, like, "Oh, you can both do it," like, because I really wanted them both to win because they're both just really nice people and they're both excellent at the game. And people who say that Tom Rose can only play a BA are just stupid. But yeah, so I just can't believe that everybody... I honestly thought Jonas was going to win because when Game 3 happened and he just set Skeleton, I was like, yep, that's it, it's Jonas's. And, like, you may give him shit for, like, what happened, but at the end of the day, like, he didn't know what that set card was, and in the pressure of the final, he was too scared to take the risk and lose by doing something stupid, which is completely understandable. Even if you're not on it wasn't a YCS final, that's still the sort of like, that's the effects that a stream can just have on you, that since you know the world is watching, that you're just too scared to like take risk and make a mistake, which in turn just makes you make a mistake. Like you saw in the finals, both players made a mistake because they were just under the pressure of the stream. Even though they've been on stream plenty of times, it's still like a high pressure game. Like Tom in game 1 even messed up the combo, and he arguably should have won game 1, but he just messed up. And Jonas should have arguably won the whole YCS, but was absolutely terrified of just losing, which I can completely empathize with and completely understand with. At the end of the day, Tom Rose deserved it because Jonas wasn't confident enough in just taking the risk and going for the win. And Marcello was right when I was watching the stream coverage. He was saying you absolutely have to just go for the win, which is what Jonas will probably reflect on and know in hindsight that he should have done that. But it's a it's unfortunate for him, but very fortunate for Tom Rose, who won with probably arguably one of the best decks in the room. It's a deck that I've been trying as well, a Sky Striker Orcus variant with hand traps and stuff. But again, something I didn't have the chance to try. Something me and Tim have been trying as well. Like, we played Connector in it, and we thought Connector was absolutely insane because of course it takes a card out of their hand and it makes Mermaid. But we were playing it with like Isolde and equip spells and stuff. We were just being too cute, whereas like Tom Rose got it right and he just didn't bother with the Isolde stuff. He just went straight in the Mermaid. But our philosophy was we will use Isolde to try and bait our hand traps and then go into Mermaid, because Mermaid getting stopped is actually quite irritating. But with the ratios that Tom had with more Orcus cards, it means that if you open an Orcus card, it's probably fine. You can still do the combo. So yeah, congratulations to both of them. They both did really well, and especially like congratulations to the winner, Tom Rose. Another YCS win under his belt. This just goes to show that the Worlds Race brings out the absolute best in people. Because you see that Raphael Nevin and Tom Rose are both going for the Worlds Race this year. Two absolutely phenomenal players, and arguably the two best players that are going for the race. Because it's just bringing out the best in them. They this season alone, their goal is to go to the Worlds, and it's already gotten. They both won a YCS because they're so motivated by this goal to attend the World Championships that they've ended up getting a win at a YCS along the way, because they've just been playing every single week, and they're just an absolute astonishing players that are being rewarded for their commitment to the game, and they just thoroughly deserve it. So God knows what they're going to do next, because they're both just incredible. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much my thoughts on YCS Dusseldorf. Not sure what the next event is. Probably like the next YCS is the 3v3, so that's going to be entertaining. I hope I can attend that. Well, how did you guys find your YCS Dusseldorf experience? I thought it was like a really, really, really good weekend. Let me know in the comments below how you felt about YCS Dusseldorf. Did you have fun? Did you attend? Did you enjoy it? And when if you were watching the coverage, what was your favorite match? I don't know. And what deck did you think? Did you think the right deck won the event as well? Or do you think it should have been something else? I think the right deck won the event. It's really, really... Orcus is insane. But anyways, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, guys. See you guys later.